Hello, I'm here to explain a simple private label concept, and that's why you cannot be private labeling iPhones on Amazon FBA. And you know what? It seems a little bit like it's common sense. However, I still get messages to this day of people insisting that they're going to launch this product. So that is why I took it upon myself to make this video, and I'm just going to save all of you the headache and the money by explaining to you why specifically no iPhones, okay? So let's go. Hey, it's me, Karina. Welcome back to my Amazon FBA channel. I put together this sheet for you, and we're going to analyze exactly why iPhones are not a good product, and not just iPhones in general, but the whole purpose is for you to take these concepts and apply them to your other product research methods that you do, just because that's the only way you're going to get the larger picture, and then you can apply it to other products as well. And to help even more with that, I'm very excited. You might already know, but I have launched the Private Label Club, and it is a community of private label sellers, all with updated information every single week about pretty much everything, such as product research. I have a product research vault in there. I have live streams with me, question and answers. I have these product breakdowns that I'm going to show you right now of dozens of products that always get added monthly, so you can really apply these concepts. It's very, very helpful, and you can actually try it out for just $1 a day for 7 days. So it's going to be very beneficial. Just check it out. It's linked down below. But without further ado, let's get into why iPhones are a horrible idea to private label. And please take these concepts again. If you already know that iPhones are not a good idea, you might be surprised by some of the things I mentioned in this video, but you can, like I said, apply it to other products as well. So here we are. I put together this sheet, iPhone case, right? Not just iPhones, iPhone cases, right? So here we go. This is how it looks like. That's how most of these sheets looks like. The search volume is millions, literally millions. There's millions of people trying to get this product. Okay, here's the Google Trends for this. It's quite up there. You can see through 50 and 70. This is the past 5 years. They have some spikes around this area. Perhaps maybe a new phone case got released. Maybe this is Q4. I can't see. It just looks like it spikes all over the place, but you'll still have good sales all throughout. So I guess that's a good thing, right? But let's actually look at the product analysis, and this is where it becomes a little bit intense, right? By the way, of course, I give you a full breakdown so you can know exactly what's going on too. You can get this in written text in the Private Label Club. So here we are here. This is the screenshot of the iPhones. So let's take a look at this market, okay? Revenue looks great. Anyone coming into this would say, you know what? I would not mind like an extra $165,000 worth of profit on an Amazon product. And yeah, that sounds logical. But remember, this is the number one thing. In order to get to the first page of Amazon, you have to match the sales velocity of the sellers on the first page. So how in the name are you going to match hundreds and thousands worth of dollars in sales? Think about the revenue that you have to make, and to get that revenue, you have to have the inventory. Think about the money to invest in that type of inventory to match those kinds of sales. You need some heavy cash flow. And this is not a product that you can rank with just PPC, okay? With PPC, items are very unique, very niche. You can differentiate yourself and kind of pop up there and show yourself in the sponsored ads. This is not something that you can do in this product at all, right? And even though the search volume doesn't seem too high, there are many different ways to describe this product, not just iPhone case. You can put in different models, maybe Android case, just phone cases in general. I don't care if your friend made some model and you're saying, you know what, this is very unique, and he put like a science thing on it or a baby thing on it or a logo of cats or dogs. You're not gonna sell, okay? I mean, prove me wrong if you want, but you're not going to sell. I'm just trying to give you advice that's going to save you time and money, but there's just so much competition in this market. It is a market that is completely oversaturated with hundreds of sellers essentially selling the exact same products from China with slight variations. Okay, people who are running ads for it, they're going to overpower your listing for many reasons, right? First off, ad spend is very expensive for this just because it's so oversaturated, and all of the sellers are running their ads for the exact same word. So it's going to be very oversaturated. Also, think about this. Most of the people that are doing well have tremendously astronomically high reviews. Look at these right here. They're all pretty much in the thousands, okay? How are you going to get that review count? You're not, okay? You might have a few 10, 20, 30 reviews. Imagine a sponsored ad showing up from under your product and they have thousands of reviews. The customer is going to buy the product with the 1,000 reviews as opposed to your measly couple of tens of reviews. That's just logic, right? So that's kind of a bad thing. So far, let's recap. There's the high revenue that you can match. There's the expensive PPC cost. That's huge. And the high reviews. So what else makes this product a big thing? Okay, everyone's selling the exact same thing. You cannot differentiate with this product whatsoever. Like there's literally nothing you can do that will make yourself unique. And even if you do, like with a cat case or dog case, there's still so many other sellers. The FBA fees and the price is just too low. Some of the sellers are selling it for very, very low, and the FBA fee plus strips of goods, you're going to be left with a very, very small profit margin. And with that small profit margin, you can't even reinvest that money back into PPC. And the whole point of like having margins is so you can reinvest that into PPC, and so you can start getting some additional sales from that. And that's just going to be impossible to do with such a low margin. It's just not a good situation. Okay, so let me make sure that I covered the market being oversaturated. Okay, this is a good point. The sellers in this market have been around for a very long time. People getting into this have been around since, like, there's literally people from like 2005, 2003 getting into this. And that is why they have these thousands of reviews. They have a strong position with Amazon. Sales rank and your history of sales is a very large factor, right? It's very difficult to outperform these when they've pretty much engraved their spot within Amazon. It's going to be very difficult for you to beat all of these sellers that have been around for literally years and potentially even decades. It's just like not even reasonable at all. Okay. And another thing I want to mention, this is probably one of the most important things and something you can really apply to other products. Even right here, look, all sellers pretty much have variations of this product, whether it's the size of the phone, whether it's a different model, a different color, anything, right? There's just like 50 iPhones right now. Every 6 months, they come out with a new one. It doesn't really look like it's much different. They claim that the camera is better, but who even really knows? I feel like the camera is always good. I don't know, okay? But there's just a bunch of variations, not only in the model, but also in the sizing, in the colors, maybe even some people are trying to sell Android cell phones. And there's two ways to look at it, right? You can launch all these variations as well as all of the other sellers and say, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Think about the capital of that. A variation product is the exact same thing as having a second product. You're not only launching one product, you're launching several products. So you're not diversifying your risk. You're like doubling, tripling, quadrupling your risk in one product for no reason. That is why I kind of advise against variation products for that exact reason. It just doesn't make sense, because instead of just risking one unit, like one variation, you're literally pumping all of your money into one product, hoping it's going to do the best. Some people literally try to take a different approach and say, you know what? Instead of doing all of the variations, I'm just going to do one. Like, I'm going to pick the newest iPhone model with one color and test it out. Well, that completely lowers your credibility. Even if you're shopping on there and you see a brand, first off, with like 20 reviews and this person has 10,000 reviews, what are you going to think? Well, obviously the one with 10,000 reviews is more credible, but then take it a step further. The person with 10,000 reviews now also has like 7 different variations and your product only has one. It just doesn't make sense for anybody to go to a brand that literally just has one variation for an object that's supposed to have like literally 7 or 10 variations. So if you're going to do variation thing, first off, don't, especially if you're kind of newer to this, or if you've proven it with one. Some products, of course, you don't need to have all of them at once. Maybe you can have like add an additional one and you can experiment it and test it. And if it works, then add on a supplemental one. That's great. Good for you. Keep doing that. But some products, you have to have all the variations for it to make sense. You wouldn't launch a t-shirt and only have it in a size medium and say, you know what, I think that applies to most people, because the other customers are going to be confused. And it just, honestly, it just looks weird to why you don't have all of the variations. So those are the things about that. No matter what place you're in, don't launch the iPhone. No matter how specially you think you have a design, those types of design-based things are more for Etsy and things like that. No one really goes to Amazon for like handcrafted goods and for special designs like that. They're just looking for your plain commodity that's just going to get the job done, and they're gonna go with someone that has 10,000 reviews. So please, if you're out there saying, I'm a graphic artist, I made this new design, just don't put it on Amazon. Test it somewhere else. Test it on Shopify with Facebook ads, anything but this. It just does not make sense, okay? And again, if you do want to be a part of the only private label club, and yes, I mean the only, there are no other private label clubs except for mine, join us down below in our amazing community. It's only $7 to try, and I promise you there's going to be so much valuable information that you could not possibly even get through it all. You just won't be. You'll love it, okay? Just check it down below, and I will see you in my next video. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye.